the first thing that we make sure we do with REL is we don't destroy the rest of the system. So what we want to make sure we do is we blend seamlessly. How do we do that? What a conventional sub does is it comes out at the preamp level into its own crossover and splits things. Well, that's not how systems work. So the first thing we do is we connect a little differently. Now, I'm going to grab well, it probably doesn't look exactly like this. This is a high-end, high-level connection. This is a super high-quality one we just introduced, but we supply a standard version of that comes with every REL. On the other end, you'll see that that particular one has spade lugs on it. That's the connection to the speaker terminals on your amplifier. Why are we hooking up to the amplifier? Because as we just articulated, we're going to go from source through interconnect to the preamp, through interconnect to the power amp. We have to capture that whole sound, and if we don't have a chance of sounding like it. And there's one difference. We do this for both theater and for point one, and for music. But when we're doing film, we have to be able to process the real point one channel as well. That is dedicated, that's part of the soundtrack, it has to be in there. So the REL has a little trick up its sleeve. It has a completely different input and filter bank for the point one with a different volume control. And the REL will process both the point one and this signal at the same time. What this allows us to do is convert any speaker to a full range speaker. And what this allows us to do is take that 45 hertz roll off and drop it down to 20 hertz. And interestingly, on stuff that doesn't have a lot of bass to it, every recording, no matter how high frequency, has a bass component because the room that it was recorded in has bass. It may be nothing more than the air conditioning setting off the microphones, but there's something that's letting us know we're in this sound space right now. So this is very simple and straightforward. Now, this is a human female vocalist and an acoustic guitar. And what you're going to hear is, it's clearly not normally deep bass, but where you'll hear the deep bass clearly expressed is in things like she's very close to the main microphone as she's singing, and she'll occasionally put a burst of energy into the microphone just by accident. It's a very deep, low-frequency transient, and the whole room's going to shudder. It's not a mistake, it's just part of the recording. All right. Here we go.
Starry, starry night. Paint your palette blue and gray.
What we've done is use some specialized techniques to take this into the replay world. You're now able to sit comfortably 3 meters away in a beautiful couch and have that same huge soundstage open up. To do that requires full bandwidth in a room this size. So as soon as I take the REL out, everything compresses down and you get this tiny, tight, little dry sound compared with what we had before. Let me pop this guy back in.
I understand what you tried to say to me, how you suffered for your sanity.
Now that you've got a big stage that goes down to 21 hertz-ish in this room, that doesn't have a prayer of keeping up with it. Not because it's not brilliantly designed, it's really, really good, as you're going to hear in a moment, but because it also needs reinforcement. So we have the partnering sub here, and once you get your front stage, and this is profound stuff, wait till you hear what we're going to do here in a minute, it's immediately evident that the back sounds like it's broken. It sounds absolutely destroyed, broken, can't begin to keep up with the front, so we need a matching subwoofer for the rears. And I want to stress, all three of these, this is not some like little religion, you don't get three of exactly the same thing. When you're dealing with RELs, you're matching the performance of the REL to the speaker that it's going to accompany. It's that simple, and it comes very quickly. You're matching it in two criteria. One is its speed. Better speakers tend to be very fast. So as you move up in our products from Series T, which is our, if you will, entry level, our least expensive products, to R, you immediately hear how fast the R's are compared to the T. And when you move from R up to the Gibraltars, the big ones, they're the fastest things that I know of ever in bass. So you move up consistently in speed every time. And you'll hear what adding the 3D in does, and it's just tremendous. We're going to actually take an airplane wreck, for example, that is shown coming at you on screen, and the crash is going to stop right there. That's exactly where it stops on screen, and you'll hear the sound will go getting to a stop. You'll be sitting there going mentally, please don't crash into me, and it will stop. Okay? And this is one of the most important things. We're able to create accurate dimensional base. The events that are happening on screen will actually be happening around you. You will be inside the sound field.